Yo, people, I'm your boy Major, and as always, I'm with my brother Ace, and welcome back to another stream of Two Up Front. Ace, what you telling me, bro?
Hey man, I'm good, man. It's a Friday, the weather's good. Hey, I can't complain. Can't ask for too much more. How you doing, my guy?
Yeah, nah, bro, I'm good, man. Like you said, obviously Friday, it's always good. Blessed and highly favored, you know how it goes. And yeah, man, a lot of football to talk about. A lot of football to talk about, and a lot of things in football to talk about as well, bro. So yeah, man, looking forward to getting to the talk. But yeah, bro, you know what? I was gonna start with some of the two up front teams, but then obviously, as I was going about my day, I saw some news that a
Okay.
certain KDB is leaving Manchester City at the end of the season. I saw that drop, and obviously, you know what they've done, because obviously Manchester City, they're rivals to Man United. So I've seen that. You've been in title races with Manchester City. You've seen that. The whole league has seen that. And obviously, yeah, we're talking about, I think it's very fair to say, all-time Premier League great when you're talking about KDB and you look at like his body of work and everything that he's done with Manchester City. You look at the moments that he's been able to produce. I remember that game against Villa, last game of the season, where they came back to win, and how instrumental he was in helping produce in some of those moments. And yeah, man, I think we knew that Manchester City, like, they were rebuilding. We knew that there was probably a chance that he was going to leave at the end of the season. But I think with him leaving, like, it's a proper, certain things they kind of highlight at the end of an era. And I think, yeah, KDB leaving Manchester City, I think that highlights the end of an era. I think you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, you can see obviously Savinho they've brought in, you can see Mamouche they've brought in, and yeah, like you can see that, okay, you know what? Kyle Walker gone away to AC Milan. Like, the rebuild is happening, is properly happening. But yeah, man, like, I just wanted to quickly, obviously, like, rivalry aside, I think sometimes you've got to pay homage. So yeah, man, I wanted to give KDB his dues, because yeah, man, he's been an absolutely brilliant player. The amount of times as well, man, like he just knows how to deliver that ball just exactly where you would want it. What did they call it? I think they call it like the corridor of death. Like, right in between the defender and the keeper, like that spot. Yeah, that sweet spot. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to defend against.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And he's a master of that. And he's been so instrumental to everything that Manchester City have achieved. So yeah, man, I've got to give him massive credit. Like, honestly speaking, like, I remember some of the numbers that he's produced. Obviously, we saw that 20 assists season 2020 by Henry, 24 goals, 20 assists. And yeah, he was able to equal it. Like, so yeah, man, you're talking about a creator. You're talking about an epic goal scorer as well, man. Like, you're talking about someone that can drive with the ball. Like, when KDB picks it up from deep, when he was at his physical pump and he picks it up and he starts running with the ball, like, powerful, man. Ball striking, incredible. He'll put it on the plate for you. Clutch goals, Champions League semi-final, bang. Like, do you get me? When you're in the title race, bang. Even remember when he was out injured for a while, and then he came back against Newcastle. Do you remember that game?
Yup.
Boom, like,
this guy came and just
impact.
gave a 30-minute masterclass.
Bro,
Yeah,
for 30 minutes. He said, "That's all I need."
Bro,
he said, "That's all I need." Yeah,
bro. Pep looked back here.
He
caught his eye. He said, "Put me on, coach. Put me on." And yeah,
he said, "That's
it
all I need,
nasty,
man."
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like, I think, yeah, we're looking at an all-time Premier League great. So I just wanted to pay homage. But yeah, bro, is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, no, honestly, bro, I feel like he deserves that, because yeah, we have to talk about these players that us, I guess, while we've been growing up and watching football, where we can say, like, yeah, this was comfortably one of the best players in the toughest league in the world and signed for such a long time consistently. Like, I feel like with City too, there's a bit of like numbness now with like their success. But it's like you said, even his individual like accolades, the record that he has broken being part of the City team, like there's no way you can argue that he's not a Premier League great. Like he's definitely in all of those conversations. Like me personally, again, as an Arsenal fan, oh my god, this guy will be injured. I'll just see next thing. Oh yeah, not KDB's, he's gonna make it in time. And I knew what that meant. What that meant, bro. Because yeah, like you said, when he had that physicality too, where like yeah, he could drive that ball that you had on him. When Haaland came to you and it just became automatic, and it's like you even know what he's gonna. It's actually almost anime-esque. Like you know what he's gonna do, you know where he's gonna put it, but the keeper can't get it. And Haaland can get it, and that means it's a goal. It's unfair, but that's just what it means. So yeah, he definitely deserves a big shout out, man. And yeah, he's been a great for City. So yeah, can't really ask for too much more from a player that comes through your club and just changes everything for you. So it's nice that he's gonna have this like last bit of the season just for them to like see him off, and then he can go on with the rest of his life, knowing that he's one of the greatest in the Premier League in his position. So fair play, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, like you said, yeah, man, he's done all that's needed to be done. Like, yeah, you look at the league titles. What I think 6. I think he's got 6 of them. Yeah, like the 4 in a row, and then obviously Liverpool got 2020, but City got 2019 and 2018 as well. So yeah, man, 6 Prem titles. Obviously got the treble, Champions League, FA Cups, League Cups. Like, yeah, he's done it all, literally. So yeah, man, credit to him. Credit to him. But yeah, bro, swiftly moving on. Obviously, both of our teams played in midweek. There was Premier League football in the midweek. You know what? We're going to get to United because I think there's some things to discuss there. But
okay,
I know, bro, that you have been worrying. I know you've been worrying. I know that a certain Bukayo Saka was out for a while, and I know my brother was praying. He was praying. He was saying, God, please, I need the same Bukayo Saka.
I said, I
need the same Bukayo Saka.
That's
my
what
brother even said. He said, if the Bukayo Saka that I saw prior to injury doesn't return the same, he said,
bro, you see that Real Madrid derby is okay.
He said,
let's go and take our beating and go home.
He said he's quitting TwoUpFront. That's how serious he was. He said
that was the strength I love for the sport, bro.
Saka doesn't come back. True. And obviously we've got a long way to go. Obviously wishing health to Saka. But what a lovely way to start, bro. What were you thinking about? Firstly, Saka's cameo, his goal, but obviously the Arsenal performance in totality as well. Obviously beating Fulham 2-1.
Yeah, you know what? Before I want to end happy on this one, so I'm going to start with the bad news first. And yeah, obviously, this life, man, this football thing, it gives and it takes. Because the same way it gave me back Saka, and I was smiling. I saw him coming on. I said, wow, this is why I love football. Like, this guy is actually going to come and do something. I know he's that good. And then in the same game, my boy Gabriel, man, out for the season, pulled his hamstring. The first thing I thought, at that point, I was like, oh, I don't even care about this match anyway. If I'm being honest, it's like, you get the win, but it is what it is. But that injury, I said, I looked at next week. I said, we'll get to it. But I said, boy, that's very, very disappointing. So yeah, I was definitely disappointed with that at the start of the game. But yeah, in general, I feel like it was a good performance from Arsenal. I feel like Fulham didn't really bring a lot, especially in the first half. I feel like we dominated a lot of the game. But like Martinelli, yeah. Again, criticizing when he's bad, but I think this game he was really, really good. Like really, really good. So yeah, he was flying dangerous. He was cooking them. And then, man, I see it's 1-0. I said, oh, Arsenal, okay, come on, let's get a second goal. We're not getting it. I see my boy lining up, Saka. I said, wow, God, please, just let him come on. Let me just see him move the way he normally moves. That's what I want to see. Not knowing that he's gonna come on and even come and get the second goal. And yeah, it was just a lovely moment. Now you can even see what it meant to him as well with the fans, the physio. So yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like I said, sometimes too, man, we forget these are humans because we just watch them on the screen for that 90 minutes. If you're injured for 3 months, there's a whole period of time that we're not seeing that he's going through and he's living his life. So fair play that he came back, was able to be instrumental straight away. Shows that he's just that good a player. I think that's what it just shows. Like he's just that good a player. Right place, right position, good goal. Like very well played by Marcelli in that as well, man. So yeah, all in all, man, I think it was very positive. And then then I guess at the end of the game, it was the Fulham goal. I think it was coming. I think even earlier, Muniz should have scored, and we got away with it. But I can't lie. At that point too, because of our prediction, I said, Fulham, if you want to get a goal, I'm not gonna say no. That's what I said, bro. And you know, they got to go towards the end of the game. I was like, cool. Yeah, we held out. And yeah, all in all, I think very happy Saka's back. Disappointed with the Gabriel injury, but got 3 points. We move on, and then we go on to the next games. That's like my thoughts.
I hear you. Obviously, yeah, like I was watching the United game, so I didn't watch the whole Arsenal game, but obviously I saw the highlights and stuff. And yeah, man, like I think it's a weird period for you guys. I think in a very different but similar way to us, where the league is just kind of not really your focus at the moment. Now, obviously, you want to win for morale, but you know that's gone, and you've got a really important European tie. And yeah, I think obviously there was so much anticipation regarding Saka coming back, and I think it was really interesting as well because obviously we've spoken about his injury, and yeah, I think it's one of those things where you definitely don't want to rush him back because yeah, those type of injuries is one of them ones where yeah, like you don't want to risk longer term damage. You don't want to risk kind of like, yeah, just potentially, you know, taking his career in like a different direction. So you want to be very careful when it comes to those type of injuries. But I think from what Arteta was saying, and obviously, yeah, like I don't know, but he would know, the medical staff would know, it looks like they I think it looks like on the outside, it looks like a quick recovery. But from what they were saying, it looks like they did take their time to make sure they were really sure. I think he even played behind a game behind closed doors as well. And it's very rare that you hear Arteta speak so kind of like forthcomingly. Like he was just like,
yeah, he's usually a liar.
Bukayio's back.
Yeah.
Like it was just like Bukayio's back. And he was just like, yeah, he's good. He just needs to build up fitness, etc. But he's good, etc. Like I was expecting more of like a, you know, yeah, we've been working with him, and you know, bit by bit, you know how injuries can be. But if he can feature here and there, we'll see, we'll assess, etc. He was just like, yep, Bukayio's back.
Yeah, bro, they probably earmarked. They said, you know what, to get you ready for Real Madrid, we need you to start playing here. So it's probably that thing where it was clearly planned ahead. So again, fair play. As long as that's the case,
I was about to say, great. I think it's just one of them ones. Like again, I'm not medical staff. I'm not the manager. They know more. So I think the important thing is that like he needs to be properly fit. You therefore don't want to rush him back. So as long as he's properly fit, then that's a great thing for Arsenal. So yeah, and yeah, man. Like I think obviously, like it was a great moment for him. I think afterwards he even spoke about like what the moment meant to him, and obviously he got a great reception from the fans. You saw him go over to the medical staff as well, and yeah, man, like I think that gave the Emirates a lift. But yeah, of course, Gabriel getting injured, yeah, that's really, really unfortunate. I think he's been absolutely like pivotal for Arsenal, and I've said it before. Like I've said it before. He's like, in my opinion, he's been better than Saliba.
Yeah, you know, I feel like now more. I think that was crazy earlier in the season. Where I think a lot of people didn't want to do that. Like in terms of he's better. I think even now a lot of people are even like, I think he has been. Like,
he's been better. Even clear.
I think it's even like the consensus now.
That's why I said it, bro. I said it early. So, like, don't get me wrong. Like Saliba's a baller. Like, do you get me? And I think obviously how Saliba plays the game, like, obviously is lovely. And Saliba's younger, and he's got more like Saliba. Like you can look at him reaching a higher peak because of his age, etc. Like potentially, like, do you get me? So I think when you're looking at Saliba, because I think Gabriel, he's not old. What is he, like 27, 28?
I think he's even 27. I don't know if he's 28.
Yeah, and Saliba's like what, 22? Like I think 22, 23.
I think. Don't know exactly. Well, yeah, around that ages,
Yeah, around that. So 4 or 5 years between them. So yeah, both like really, really good centre backs. But yeah, like I think they've both been top quality. But I think Gabriel's. I think he's even been better this season. Like that's what I said earlier. So like I think that's really, and I said this about Gabriel as well. Like I think one really good thing that he's done is that before he just always had like a horrible mistake in him. Like, do you get me? Like, you know,
like
it's
the Bozo gene, bro.
Yeah, like, do you get me? Like, yeah, like the liability gene. Like, you just look at him and you're just like, hey, man, yeah, like you're just gonna do something, man. Like, do you get me? But he's really cut that out of his game. But he's still he's still been able to maintain like that aggression. Like, and I think you didn't want that to go. You didn't want that to leave. You just wanted it to be controlled. And I think that's the good thing. It's really like, it's a really good sign in a player where you can see, you know what, the player still plays with like a certain aggression, a certain passion, but they've been able to control it. They've been able
Again,
to
bro, it's
limit
good
mistakes.
coaching. Like, he's well coached well. Like, he's in a good place in his career. He's a very good centre back.
And
So,
also, I think the partnership with Saliba as well, I think that's helped. Like, I think,
they're good. They're a
like
good balance.
combination. Yeah, the combination of the both of them there, I think they complement each other very well. So I think that's also helped tone things out in his game. But yeah, I think that's really unfortunate, obviously, with the hamstring injury. Like, and yeah, like we're gonna talk about the Madrid tie in a little bit, but yeah, like I think that's definitely not what you would have wanted to have occurred prior to that tie. So that's unfortunate, especially with the high of Saka coming back. But
like I said,
yeah, man,
what gives it takes.
Yeah, man, bro. Hey, like obviously we'll get to United, but yeah, this season's not been great for us at all. But when I remember seeing that Ahmad, it looks like he's out for the rest of the season tweet, and I said, "Oh my days!" I said, "The little happiness, the little happiness that I've had this season, you guys have taken it." You guys have taken it away. The little happiness. I said, damn. And then Kobe as well. I said, damn. But yeah. Bro. Obviously, before we get to the Madrid game, you've got another game on the weekend. Everton, early kickoff tomorrow. What are you thinking about that? Because yeah, we'll speak about Everton a little bit more probably when we speak about Liverpool. But yeah, tough team to beat, tough ground to go to. What are your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, now we'll definitely talk about Everton when we speak about Liverpool, because I think that's what makes this match even more disappointing, is because I agree that they are a good team and they're going to be a problem like they showed Liverpool. But yeah, I feel like with us again, it's just trying to continue winning, building momentum to give us any chance for the Madrid game afterwards. I feel like that's again, the league itself, I don't really care, if I'm being honest. But I think Everton are not going to make this easy. It's going to be a tight game. They don't concede a lot of goals. And we are, it's good that Saka's back, but like I said, we still have our own that issues with no striker, some stuff like that hasn't been fixed either. So it's like, I enjoy the high, but there's also a reality. So it would definitely be a tough game. It wouldn't be shocking if this ended in a draw or something, because Everton, I think they're capable. So yeah, I will definitely be tight. It's definitely my initial thought on it. Just after watching that Liverpool game as well, I said, yeah, they're not going to make this easy at all.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think it's probably going to be a tight game as well. Like, I think, Everton, difficult team. I think, like since Moyes has taken over as well, I think because even in that Liverpool match, again, we'll talk about it, but Beto should have scored, had his chances. So man, like they can create something as well. So yeah, man, that's gonna be an interesting game. What are you thinking as regards to predictions?
Yeah, like I said, I think it'll be tight, but I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal. I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, I think we have enough to just like get over the line. But I just think they're gonna make it very difficult for us. And if it like ended in a 1-1, I wouldn't be like shocked. It's one of those kind of games where we need to narrowly, I think, get the win and just keep it moving. I think that's what the game is to me. But yeah, what do you think?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think exactly the same. I think I'll match that. I think like I see Arsenal edging it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-1. And yeah, bro, before we even get onto the Madrid tie, before we get onto the rest of the fixtures, firstly, again, trying to improve the YouTube etiquette. So guys, please make sure you're liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing. Please. And obviously, for those who know, me and Ace, we've got a prediction table along with FPL, which is part of a season-long competition. And yeah, like we've been making our predictions 3 points are awarded for a correct score, and 1 point is awarded for a correct result. And yeah, man, I'm just gonna bring up the table now at the start, like before we get into the predictions. Yeah, just to kind of like just let everybody know where we're at before we start predicting the rest of the results. And yeah, bro, we won't talk about the games like because we're gonna get into it. But yeah, bro, you had a decent week, man.
Oh, I knew this game was all right. So, but I'm not sure about the rest. I didn't do the calculations.
You had a decent week, bro.
Also,
so
to see Wendy's locked in. Thank you for being here. But
yeah,
I had a very decent week.
Yeah, man. You had a decent week. So obviously, I think big one. You got the correct score for the Arsenal game. I'll quickly take this off. You got the correct score for the Arsenal game with the 2-1. And then obviously with the Forest game, you went for a Forest win. And then I think that's when I said, yeah, I'm going to do the emotional decision and go for United win.
I remember.
Let me
when you said that, I said, thank God.
Yeah.
This is my chance. This is my opportunity.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I think we both got the Villa-Brighton game wrong. Obviously, that ended 3-0 Villa. And then we got the Chelsea result right, but not the correct score. We got the Liverpool result right, but not the correct score. So, yeah, man, that's how that went. So, it's much more closer now, bro. So, yeah, keep that in mind as we're going through the predictions. Nice. Yeah, man. But, yeah, bro, Madrid.
Ooh,
what are you telling me, man? Hey, what are you telling me? Bro, what? You're concerned? The mighty Arsenal?
Nah, I'm joking, man. I'm not concerned
mighty
at all.
Arsenal.
I'm not concerned at all, man.
Go on, bro.
Listen,
see what's Madrid, gonna happen? Yeah?
I'm very concerned. I'm very, very concerned. Nah, I'm playing, man. Now, overall, I'll definitely say that. I think anyone with using logic will say that Madrid is clearly the favorite in this game to go through. Like I feel like they're a very strong team. This is their competition, and they rise to the occasion when it comes to it. If it's tight, even like they'll do something to get over the line. That's what they've done like countless times at this point. So I feel like that's the main thing. That's why that's the starting point. And then, yeah, like I said, the Gabriel injury it wasn't needed because if we want to have any chance of doing something, I feel like the tactics need to be right in this game in terms of like we need to kind of look at because Madrid too, looking at their recent results, their recent games, and them too, like I think in the league they've not actually been very like I guess impressive that recently. Like they've been getting wins, but if you look at the sides, how they get over the line, I've been seeing that they've been getting some criticism too in terms of like, I guess like them like I guess going to depth with teams that they should really be battering. I mean like Leganes, it was like a very tight game in the end. So I feel like that kind of gives me some hope in terms of we set up the right way, then we can maybe catch them in their kind of defensive flaws that they have as well. But I think the main problem is how do we stop them? Gabriel's out, Kivio, he's gonna have to have the game of his life. You know, I'm not his biggest fan. He's available, which I respect, man, because Calafiori, bro, that brother, this Gabriel injury, he's the person who's meant to be in that position now where I'm now like, cool, it's not ideal, but you're still, I'm like, you should still be doing something. So yeah, he's just been very disappointed with his injuries this season as well. So Kivio, he's been there. I think he's gonna have to have the game of his life. The goal we conceded against Fulham as well, I said, boy, if that's Rodrigo running on that wing, Luis Gelli and Kivio, you guys need to be doing better than this because there's higher caliber players now coming up against very, very soon. So I think all in all, I feel like this is where like Arteta's kind of the stewardship, what he learned under some ways needs to come into play, and we need to definitely just set up the right way and just try get out there with something like be dangerous enough on the break. I think we have some good players like Saka. If Martinelli can hit some form or continue, I think we definitely have enough. It's not like a dead rubber like we're going there to lose. I think it's going to be tight. Madrid are more likely to win, but I don't think there's no chance for us to go through at the same time. I think that's kind of like my overall take on the game. So yeah, to answer your question, I think we can go through, but I think it's not the most likely outcome. But yeah.
I hear you. Hey, man, I've said it before, man. Arteta need to set up that nasty low block.
Bro.
Nasty low block.
See what Simeone's doing. He needs to go study
bro, that. Nasty low block, bro. But what I was even going to ask is, if Ben White is fit, or if Ben White was fully fit, like he was match fit, would you play him centre-back?
That's a good question. I probably would, to be fair. I think I would. I think I would still trust him more than Kivior. I think that's the thing. Is would I trust him over Kivior? And I think I would. I would. But to be fair, Kivior too, I feel like when he's come on too, he hasn't really always played left center back. And I think he's them players too that he's already awkward. So you need to give him the best chance to succeed. So hopefully him actually playing in that Gabriel position, we can see something better from him. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough ask for him to. He's gonna have to have the game of his life, like I said, bro. The game of his life. So it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
I hear it, man. I hear it, bro. I hear it. But yeah, man, obviously that's midweek. Before that, we've got some more Premier League fixtures. And yeah, man, my team also played. And yeah, I was hoping that, Forest 120 minutes against Brighton on the weekend. I was hoping that, you know what, they're going to be tired. And Manchester United, like, we can just hopefully be able to, like, get a goal, and then that will play to our advantage. And literally, the exact thing that you don't want to happen when you go away to Forest happens, bro. Literally, you have a corner, they hit you on the counter attack. Elanga from one end to the other, boom, slots it in, and then, bro, that defense and our attack, man, it was long. Yeah, it was long, man. Like literally, and bro, we're talking about a team. They conceded the least amount of goals at home out of everyone this season, bro. Out of everyone. Like less than Arsenal, less than Liverpool, less than everyone. So literally, it's the exact thing that you don't want to do. Like you don't want to play into their hands, and that's exactly what we did. And it was funny. It was funny as well because, like, on the ball in the first half, like we were actually decent. Like we were knocking it about. But yeah, man, like when you're looking for creativity, obviously previously it's been Bruno in the last few weeks who has been able to like provide those decisive moments. And in this game, he wasn't very good. And then Garnacho, yeah, man.
Hey, man, listen, if I speak,
bro, you know what it is? I think it's the same things again that I've pointed out previously that are still consistently a problem. So I think one, decision making, like it's just really bad, man. Like not knowing when to pass. There were times where Dorgu, he's making the overlap run. You can't feed it into him, like just making bad decisions. And then even when he's shooting, I've said this before, he needs to learn how to create separation between him and the defender. The amount of shots that he shoots that always get blocked, or the amount of poor quality shots that he lets off because he's not able to create sufficient separation between him and the defender. Bro, like he needs to learn how to do that. And then even when it comes to his shooting technique, bro, like again, man, like it's poor. It's poor. So your shooting technique is poor, but then also you're unable to create sufficient separation between you and the defender. So they're always able to stick a leg. You're always leaning. Your quality of shot is always poor. And for how greedy he can sometimes be, you need to be much better when you're making those decisions, honestly. So, yeah, man, like, bro, we were just really blunt. We were really blunt, man. Really, really blunt, man. Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We got to talk. We got to talk. You gotta talk, man. We gotta talk. I've got to tell the truth. Honestly.
Nah, I appreciate that about you, man. You don't lie.
Yeah, man. I gotta tell the truth, man. So honestly, I think, we're just really looking at it and we're thinking, there's a distinct lack of quality in Manchester United's attack. Like a distinct amount of lack of quality. And like the league, it's not really that significant. Like, do you get me? But it's not significant in terms of like the heights that we can achieve. But I think it is significant in terms of morale. It is significant in terms of you still need to put points on the table. Like, do you get me? Like, what you can't just say we're gonna lose the rest of our games. Like, do you get me? Like, you still need to pick yourselves up and put points on the table. We still want to see performances. We still want to see players improving, we still want to see things within this system that can give us encouragement. And yeah, man, I think that was a disappointing performance. Like, especially I think in the second half. I think the first half was like, it was actually decent. Like, but I think in the second half, like, again, I think it was disappointing from the sense of, yeah, man, like just the lack of quality, like the lack of quality there. You fling Maguire up front.
Hey,
do you get me?
Big
Like,
Harry.
bro, big H. Like, do you get me? And bro, like, fam, it just shows where we are. Like, honestly, it just shows where we are. So I think I'm not gonna go like on and on and on about it, because I think a lot of these issues we already know, like we're already aware of them. And like I said, like when I think when I was referring to even like it being a bad performance, I think I was just more so talking from like the final third perspective, especially in the second half. Like I think it was just one of them ones where it just re-highlighted to us that, yeah, man, we got no cutting edge. Got no cutting edge. And then yeah, man. So yeah, those were my initial thoughts. But yeah, what were you saying, bro? I don't know how much you were able to catch of it. But,
no, actually, I had both matches on, so I was actually watching both matches at the same time. But yeah, no, what's it called? It's actually funny because I hate you. I think overall, like everything that you said is true. Like I think there's no, it's not a secret that you guys definitely lack overall quality now. I think Garnacho, we can speak about him, but yeah, again, I like you said, even though I'm very, very quickly on the separation thing. This is also why I feel like I think he'd be better in a La Liga, Serie A. Like I think he just doesn't have that physicality. Like in the Premier League, I feel like that's what my thoughts on him. Like I believe he goes to the right league. I think he'll have enough there to kind of, I guess, maybe get that extra second that he needs to.
I think it's also techno as well, bro.
No, I hear it. Yeah, because even the way he strikes the ball sometimes it's not great,
bro.
It's not
like,
great.
It's just
it's either too over the bar or it's weak, and the keeper gets easy save. So it's like there's no in between. So, but overall, I feel like we know about him. So that's why I feel like overall, I feel like I actually don't think it was a bad performance for United. Like I feel like there was numerous times, even the Murillo clearance off the line, like you hit the crossbar. I think that you had like, I think you were unlucky to lose the game. That's what I felt, and I feel like it's also a thing where I thought Forest were going to win because I think Forest are a better team. Like so, I think with all that said, I feel like you guys actually did dominate a lot of it, and it was really that Elanga chance that did you guys. And again, like it was really that. It wasn't like Forest were like, oh, you guys were just about surviving. So I think as an overall performance, it actually wasn't bad from United. I think it was just where you guys are and the quality of the players that you have. I think it's like, you know, when the match, it's not like I can't blame Amorim. Like I think that's what you want. Like where it's like this wasn't like I look at the manager. Oh, it was just like, oh yeah, based on who was on the pitch, like they should have just executed better. I feel like these are the best players that you had available. I don't know whether there's anything tactically that I would say that he should have done differently in this game. I don't know whether you feel the same. So I think that being said, it was mainly a quality thing. I think Forest are better. They got you they caught you. The sucker punch is nasty. That Lango goal, bro. Oh my goodness. Like, oh my goodness. Like, yeah. Once he started running, you can just tell. I said, this guy, they're not gonna stop him.
Bro,
you can just see the way he was moving.
Bro, that's another thing, bro. Bro, in that situation, you take the yellow.
You bring him down, I feel like you guys have done this a couple of times as well. I feel like you've done this a couple of times. Yeah. I mean, well, Garnacho tried to. He just got swatted.
Oh gosh.
Garnacho tried to take him out. He just got swatted. So, but yeah,
take the yellow, man.
Yeah, but all in all, this wasn't. Who do you actually? Oh, very random. Is Elanga compared to Garnacho? What's your take in terms of how would you compare them? Like, who do you think is the better footballer?
I feel like if you look at this season, obviously Elanga's been better, but also I think like obviously he's like he was a young player at United. He's still young and like he's still like learning and like, do you get me, developing his game. And Garnacho's still young as well. But I think with Elanga, I was seeing a lot of revisionism, like as regards to like him at United. Like, do you get me? Like, I think it was a very good deal for Forest, and I think 15 mil, they're going to be extremely happy with that. But yeah, like I think they're United, man. There's a lot of problems at United. It's a completely different ball game. It's a completely different environment. It's a different size of club. And man, like I think Elanga, you've got to give super credit to Nuno, because I think Forest play in a way which suits his strengths. Like, do you get it? So I think like he's shining now and he's developing and he's doing well. And physically, man, like serious, like Obviously, you saw how quick he was as well, like finish. And Nuno, even how he's recently been deploying him as well. He's been using him as kind of like a second striker. So he's been playing more centrally. And yeah, that's been causing problems for teams. So yeah, like I remember the game against Ipswich, like he was able to cause a lot of problems by operating through those central channels instead of out wide.
He can make the
and
run from either side.
yeah,
like it's
yeah.
dangerous. Yeah.
So I think tactically that's a very, very good move by Nuno. Like, and again with Amorim, like you said, yeah, of course we know the players, they're not good enough, etc. But I still do look at Amorim to try and change things because that's your job. Like as a manager, like you've got to try and like put a puzzle together. Like you've got to try.
And then you can say arguably, like I said, I think the United's being solid. I think we're also forgetting how far United have come as well since Amorim came in. Like to the team that he was, the way you guys were initially playing.
Yeah,
I feel like it was a lot more sustainable. Like in terms of your attacks, the way you're keeping the ball. Like it was a lot less hazard. But
also, I also do think that Forest were happy for that.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely
I think Forest were very, very happy for that. Like I think Forest, they were very happy to concede possession. They were very happy to do that, and that's why I said. And I think you're correct. I think overall it wasn't a bad performance.
Yeah,
like I think in the final third, I think what it was is that, and I said it in the first half. I actually think we were quite decent on the ball. I think in the second half, I think what it just highlighted to me again was just our lack of quality in the final third, and I think that's just been something that's consistently been bad, and I think that's the frustrating thing. Like when I look at that, I'm just like, yeah, man, like there's such a lack of imagination here. There's such a lack of creativity. There's such a lack of dynamism. Like it's just we're not dynamic. We're not able to create things, etc., etc., etc. But I'm not gonna go on to a lot of these problems that we've already spoken about. Like
But you know what Ping said though, to kind of jump onto the point you're making about Elanga. So a quote that I saw from Amorim that I really liked recently was when he was saying how young players don't work at United because there's so much pressure. That before you get young players, you need a foundation. Yeah, and I completely agree with that,
bro.
I think that is so key because it's true,
bro. Like, it's completely different, bro.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. When you're, bro, like of course we can even go back to, like I said, you know me, bro. Like I'm a United scholar, bro. Even if you look at the class of '92, bro, and you look at Neville, Beckham, Giggs, Scholes, etc., they've come through and they've done amazing, and obviously they have been like so pivotal to a lot of our success. But when they're coming through to that team, bro, they've got Cantona. Like, do you get me? They've got these big figures. They've got leaders who they can look upon and say, like, do you get me?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
and
it's different,
I think, like, do you get me? Like the environment at Manchester United currently is not that. Like we've got a lot of, and I think that's the thing. So even when people are talking about Elanga, I'm happy for Elanga, by the way, as well. Like I think what Forest are doing is absolutely amazing, and I think we got to give we've given them a lot of credit, but again, I think it's just another opportunity to give them more credit than the FA Cup semi-final.
I was looking at the table. I said, these are pulling away from that. Like they're looking comfy.
Yeah, man. Champions League on the way. FA Cup semi-final, man. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
So man, amazing. Like I gotta give proper credit to Forest. But I think at Manchester United, bro, like I said, normally in the situation we were speaking about KDB earlier, bro. Foden was able to come into a team with David Silva, KDB, like Mahrez, all of these players in and around him. Like where it's like, okay, you know what? He can learn. Guardiola can put him in, take him out, etc. And we've not been able to have the luxury of doing that, bro. Like Kobe was balling in the academy, and we said, "Brother,
we need some midfielders,
brother.
You are in a position that needs,
brother."
Yeah,
you get me? Like that's where it is. Like that's where it is at United. And obviously, I've spoken previously about like the promotion of academy players, and I want to see Amorim implement our academy players, but I want to see them implemented properly and well, like because there's a balance. I don't want you to not be brave enough to play them, because you need to play them. I don't like when managers aren't brave enough to play people who have earned the right to play. Like, you need to do that. But at the same time, that doesn't now mean that you play them every game for every minute and you burn them out. Like, do you get me? Like, yeah, like there's a balance. Like, you've got to sustain a balance. So yeah, man. Like, I think it's just one of them ones where we kind of know our season, where it's heading, etc. But yeah, man, it's that European type, bro. That's where it's Lyon, bro. We got Lyon in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. That's where our season is at. Like, do you get me? Like, obviously we've got the derby on Sunday, which that's a big game just because it's a derby. But yeah, like those European games, man, like that's where we're at. Like, do you get me? So yeah, they're going to be absolutely massive. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, first leg is away, and then we've got the second leg at Old Trafford. So yeah, man, like those are like the really important games for our season, because yeah, like the knock-on effect that the Europa League can have is crazy.
Hey man, listen, with the way Sir Jim has been talking as well, I think you need to make that happen.
Bro,
more people are it's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, ultimately, yeah, I think we didn't learn that much, to be fair. Like, do you get me? I think a lot of the things that we already knew, like, I think they remain evident. And yeah, like, if Bruno's not able to step up, and then obviously you don't have Ahmad, who's been injured, then when you're looking at quality in that final third, like, and or people that can be decisive. I think that's the key word as well. It's decisiveness. Like, do you get me?
We'll talk about
people
that.
It's people who can be decisive. I think that's the thing. Like, Bruno, obviously he's got his faults, but he can be decisive. Like, someone like Ahmad, like, he could be decisive, like whether it's a pass, whether it's a shot on goal, but he can be decisive. Like, and that's what we need. Like, we need quality in the final third. And obviously our summer's going to be absolutely massive, because even when obviously yeah, and we'll probably get into this very quickly, obviously with Arsenal and the links to Gyökeres and etc. And what is it, Berta, that you brought in as well. And yeah, like, bro, from what I'm hearing, United, bro, the funds.
Oh, they're still saying that
the funds aren't great, bro. Like, do you get me? They're saying they're saying the funds aren't great. That's what I'm saying. We'll see what happens with the Europa League. But they're saying from what I'm hearing, they're saying, and this is not a diss, by the way, because I think he's done very well. But they're saying, like, it's not a Gyökeres thing, it's a Liam Delap thing. Like, do you get me?
Oh,
it's not
okay.
Yeah. And I rate
I rate
him. Like, I do rate him, but I think they're just saying that they don't have funds to go and buy an expensive striker right now. Like, they need to buy someone who has got potential, and then they hope that it works out. Like, so we'll see how that plays out in the summer, but that's currently looking like what it is. Yeah.
No, I hear it. And I feel like, again, this is where Ineos too, this is what they get paid to do as well. Understand? Like, we don't have to be scouts to see Gyökeres is a good striker. So they need to be finding who's cheap or who's within our budget. Especially the fact that how much you guys have spent on strikers recently. You probably need to balance the money a bit with the rest of the squad before you try to go all out for another main. I don't know. Again, it's how you think about it. But,
and I think there's a lot of competition for those strikers as well, man. Like, so like the striker market, I think there's a lot of people that are out for one. I think Arsenal are out for one. I think Liverpool are out for one.
Yeah,
Chelsea are looking at one. Like, bro, like, it's a competitive market.
And it's also a market that's not even like, there's loads of names now. Like, I was going through my little brother. We're like, bro, there's actually hardly any, like, because he's asking even me, like, very quickly with the Gyökeres stuff. It's like, again, I would like to, I hope that it will work out. But I'm also a big believer too, and I'm looking at players who aren't currently playing on my team. Is like, what are you currently doing at the team that you're doing it? And when I'm seeing all the goals, I'm seeing breakaway on the halfway line. I'm not seeing the opposition is parked with 2 banks of 4 inside the box, and you have to squeeze your way through and somehow find a way to get the goal. So again, it's like a big risk, and I just feel like there's no striker that unless it's Isak, which is not going to happen, that you're really going to go get. You can be sure that yes, this guy is going to do something. So yeah, man, there's different levels to it. There's Gyökeres, there's Sesko, there's Etikite. Like there's names there, but it's like who is going to be the guy that actually makes the move and it works out. That's what's going to be very difficult, man.
I remember mentioning that when we were talking about Watkins in the January transfer window, and I was saying that I think as regards to Arsenal, if it's not Isak, I think there's pros and cons to everyone. Like, I think there's not going to be a common consensus on anyone, because you look at Gyökeres and you're going to think, look at the numbers, but then you're going to say, but the league, we're not sure. And then people look at Watkins and they'll say, you know what, Premier League proven, we like the output, but we're like, you know what, we still need more. We want 20 plus goals. And also it's just not maybe as exciting. And I think that's something that a lot of Arsenal fans have said. And then you look at someone like a Sesko and they say, you know what, he's a project striker, a lot of potential, but we don't have time to wait. Like, so yeah, like we need someone that's ready there now. So yeah,
but
like,
again though, but this is why this is also why I say too, man. This is why, please, the scout department, this is why you guys are scouting. That's even like Bertu, I'm seeing him, like the strikers that he's brought in when he was at Atletico as well. I said, listen, I'll take any of these guys that maybe I don't know. He's a guy now and he comes, he does something. So I'm open to that too, bro. Don't just focus on the name that everyone else can see. So yeah, that is going to be a massive decision. So I really hope these men they really start locking in to decide what's going to happen with the future of the, like, I guess, the direction of the squad. But so it's a massive summer for us too in terms of how we strengthen that position, especially.
Yeah, bro. Nah, for real. And yeah, massive summer for us as well. But yeah, bro, obviously, moving on to predictions, we've got Man City on the weekend. So yeah, man, like big game. Obviously, City, they beat Leicester 2-0 in midweek. Grealish and Mamouche getting the goals. So yeah, man, obviously Haaland's out. It looks like he's going to be out to either like very close to the end of the season. Like he's going to be out for like a good few weeks. But yeah, like obviously Manchester Derby, you know how these games can go. In the previous one, we were losing 1-0 and then a madness. Like, you get me? a madness happened and then boom, flipped it on his head and it was 2-1. So yeah, these games, like, they're, it's the whole cliche of sometimes, form can go out of the window. And you know what, bro? Again, like with the Forest one, I said that was an emotional decision with like me predicting United to win. With this is an emotional decision. I don't think we lose this game. Yeah,
okay.
I actually don't think we lose this game.
I'm
listening. This isn't I just think, I think with the Forest game, I think especially with like them getting the goal, like I knew, okay, long day, like we're gonna play right into their hands. I think this game, like tactically, is different. Obviously, we know how City like to play. And I think if you just look at the big games under Amorim, I think, like you look at Liverpool at Anfield, you look at us beating Man City at the Etihad. I think we drew with Chelsea. Yeah, I think we drew with Chelsea. I think we drew with Chelsea at home, I believe so. Yeah, we drew with Chelsea. And so I think, like I think when you look at the games, I think like it presents different like tactical problems. And I think, man, I can see United getting up for this. So I am gonna maybe this is the emotion bit. The emotion bit isn't me. The emotion bit isn't me. The emotion bit isn't me thinking that we're gonna lose. I actually don't think we're gonna lose. I think if I'm using my full logic, I'll go for draw. The emotion bit, I'm gonna go for a United win. So I'm gonna say 2-1.
2-1. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. You know what is I actually hear you, like I went to see where you're gonna land, and I think I agree with a lot of the things that you're saying. I think even with City as well, I think the Leicester game was very telling, where that's another game where I expected a heavy drubbing, and these man too, they look like this top 4 race, maybe they're it's a bit tighter than maybe this top 5 race, I should say. It's a bit tighter than maybe City fans will think it should be in terms of comfortability, because it just looks like they're still not the confident City that will go and steamroll teams that they should steamroll. And I think you guys based on recent form, like I said, I think the Forest game wasn't because you lost, but I think your overall form and how you played in that game, I'm like, you're on an upward trajectory in terms of performances. So, and you can be defensively resilient. Even when we played you, like it was difficult for us to break you down. And then this is City without Haaland as well. So yeah, all of that said, I completely get your logic of why you think a 1-1 would be the most logical kind of result. But I think I'm still going to just narrowly still go 2-1 City, because I feel like maybe this is just my bias to United, as I actually feel like you guys at home, I don't know if this is a feeling that isn't factual, that I just also don't trust. I don't think you guys are like there's like a home advantage that makes you, then it feels that's not at home too, you're still maybe like you're dropping points that you shouldn't drop, or results that you shouldn't drop. That's like my recent memory of your home games where teams have come to Old Trafford and they've managed to get points or get wins where maybe I wouldn't have expected it to be the case. So I think that's why I don't trust your home advantage as well to really help you. But I think it'll be a tight game. I think City have the quality to get that. So I think that's why I'm gonna still go narrowly 2-1 City.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think our home record hasn't been great at all. I think it definitely has been poor against I think it's when we play the teams where maybe they're gonna have more of the possession, and again it's a big game, I think that kind of favors us or falls into our advantage, especially because I think we've spoken about tactically our system, and there's been too many times where it's been less of like a 3-4-3 or do you get me? Whatever way you want to mix it up with, do you get me? And it's been more of a 5 at the back. And I think in a lot of the bigger games, having kind of that defensive structure helps us. And then when spaces emerge, we're able to advance with the ball, and things can open up for us a little bit more. And the same struggles that we had against Forest, we don't necessarily have them because there's more space. So there's less of a burden on us to try and conjure something up and find those creative solutions, because there's just more open space generally. So, and I think with the crowd, etc., I'm a back us to win it.
I think it's definitely possible. I feel like see us one man, the rain. Is he gonna last derby? Last derby. Can you roll back the years? Roll back the years. You know, you have to just let the young kids know that you're OG for a reason. You're OG for a reason.
Easy,
hey man,
easy, bro. Be easy. Damn. Yeah.
So we'll see.
But big game anyway. So let me just jot that. So we got 2-1 either way.
Yup.
Cool. So bro. Moving swiftly on. I was gonna say we're gonna get to the title race, but man, this is not really a title race. So we're gonna get to the league.
It was almost a door open, bro. It was almost a door.
We're gonna get to the league leaders, bro.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
we're
in that territory now.
Yeah, man, bro. When I'm seeing what's going on in Spain, or Italy, bro, it's an insult to call this a title race, man. Do you get me? So, man. I think, currently, obviously, it's just a matter of time. I think Liverpool, they're walking towards the title, but obviously, I think this was a big win for them, because with the League Cup defeat, with the exit from the Champions League, with all the noise regarding Trent, I think what they would want is just to get to this title as quickly as possible, and they want to just celebrate. And man, because I think that's the thing as well. There's been so much noise, and again, as a Manchester United fan, it hurts to say this, but don't ever get it twisted. This has been a great season for Liverpool. It's been a great season. They win the league. It's a great season, bro. Don't ever get it twisted. It's been a great season, bro. If you ask most Liverpool fans at the start of the season, Slot's going to come in and they're going to win the title first season and nothing else, they would have said great season, bro. So I think it's important to maintain perspective. And I'm not going to be disingenuous and say, you got knocked out of the Champions League, etc., lost the League Cup final. This is going to be a great season for them when they win the Prem.
That's very mature of you, bro. Very mature.
Hey, bro, it hurts, man. Bro, man. bro, man, it's 20 times Man United, and then now these lot, they're trying to. I told you, bro, Fergie. Hey, don't get me started, bro. 18-7, bro. Bro,
Okay.
7 league titles. 7 league titles.
Okay. You know the old guy that's trying to remind you,
bro,
of his heyday. Brother, please. Okay, the kids are in town now.
It got to 20, and then these lot have brought it back to 2020.
Nah,
so
they done
man.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing battle between United and Liverpool. But yeah, man. Yeah, like I've got to give Slot a lot of credit. And yeah, see a comment here saying Slot manager of the season. And yeah, man, he's done a great job.
Yeah,
he's done a
has.
great job.
He has.
Like I've got to give credit to him, man, because honestly, when you also think about the summer they had, a lot of us have complained about our summers that we never got this player, we never got that player. Bro, they basically got no one. The only player they've got was Chiesa, and he's hardly played.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? He's hardly played, bro.
Yeah.
So basically, Slot basically had no investment into the squad, and he's been able to win the Premier in his first season. It's been a great season for Liverpool. Like, that's just the truth, man.
Yeah,
it hurts for me to say it, but it has. Like,
and again, man, managers, like, even just, I think from early, even just hearing him speak, I said, yeah, this is just a very intelligent guy. Like, he speaks level-headed. He's clearly breaking down the team. So that, again, I feel like he's definitely been Liverpool fans can't have asked for more after Klopp leaving, to have this guy come in and just with no investment, like you say, he just go and run away with the league. So fair play to him and fair play to Liverpool. Been a good season for them.
But yeah, bro. With the game, it wasn't the most entertaining game, I won't lie. There were some key incidents though. Obviously, I think we mentioned it earlier, that Beto chance. Yeah, man, you've got to bury that.
He has to, man.
You have to bury that. You've got to bury that. Like, yeah, man. So yeah, I think when they missed that, and then I think the challenge, I think that's obviously another big moment. The Tarkowski challenge. Tarkowski.
Yeah.
Tarkowski challenge, bro. Yeah, bro. I think but that was a red.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was nasty. I was there. Obviously, I was Everton fan. I said, please don't send him off. But he should get sent off.
Bro,
he should get sent off. That was a terrible tackle.
You know what it is, bro? Like, you know what it is?
Tackle.
I'll see someone say, but he won the ball. And I said, bro, you can't win the ball and then try to break someone's leg. That's not how it works. That's not how
if we start allowing that, that's why we will start getting more fly kicks. Like we saw this bro. We'll start seeing more of those kind of challenges. That's not how it works, bro.
Like,
definitely not black and white like that.
You can't just win the ball and just.
Imagine you snap someone. You snap someone because he got the ball.
I got the ball, bro. It don't work like that.
Yeah,
that was a red card. Yeah. So he was very lucky. But then obviously, Liverpool's goal. There's been a lot of controversy regarding that because people have spoken about the offside in the build-up.
Oh, I don't think I even saw this, you know.
Oh, you didn't see it? So I think it was Luis Diaz. Like, he was offside in the build-up. And then I think Tarkowski, he's come to try and intercept the ball. But Luis Diaz hasn't touched it. But I think because of his position, obviously, the argument is that, like, he was interfering with play because, essentially, he was interfering with play because of where he was. Like, do you get me? So, yeah, that was in the build-up, and then obviously Liverpool scored. Man. So, yeah, that was,
Hey, listen, you know, when it's your day, it's just your day, I guess.
Yeah,
bro.
But then, I think there was also there was a late Nunes challenge where Pickford took him out, but then I think the ref had already blown the whistle. So, yeah.
Pickford, he loves that. That's what he's the one who did it to Van Dijk.
Yeah, man. So, bro, like, incidents there, but overall, it wasn't like a crazy game, bro. Like, as regards to entertainment, like, but Liverpool won't care one bit, man. Just
see me as an emotive fan who was watching it, as a fan of Everton, like, I feel like Liverpool got away with it, man. Because I feel like Everton, I think they got away with it, man. I think definitely overall, you say Champions performance, you got the 3 points. But I think in the balance of the game, what Van Dijk was doing in this match as well, Beto was cooking him.
One-on-one. I don't know what. But seriously, and you know me, I rate Van Dijk highly, bro. Like, what was he doing there?
Bro, what
was he actually doing?
Bro, he looked so uncomfortable. I don't know what he was doing, bro.
What was he doing, bro?
I don't know, bro. It wasn't, bro, he contoured his body. I don't know how else to put it. He contoured himself. Like, bro, he contoured himself. I think he lost all bearings, bro. He didn't know where he was. You know, you just try to fling everybody to try and get the ball away.
Bro, it's one of them ones that you're just praying that he doesn't score because,
bro,
listen, that highlight.
If that high, hey, man.
You don't want that on your resume.
Hey, man, listen. They'll start questioning things that people shouldn't question. I'll say the greatest thing get done like this. The greatest thing get done like this.
Bro, you don't need to worry about the people now, bro. You need to worry about the kids 15 years from now, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, please not talk about this Van Dijk guy. Bro.
That's actually how it is.
Bro, that's how it goes, bro.
Yeah, that's actually how it goes. It's not the people
now, bro. It's the kids 15 years from now. They said, this is your old timer. Said, get out of here, man. But yeah, man. Obviously, we know how good Van Dijk is, but not a great.
It wasn't. Well, I don't think it was a great performance from him. I think Beto, fair play, and like we were saying, man, confidence. Hey, man, because Moyes is another one. He changed Beto's life. I remember at one point when Everton, I think he was getting booed and stuff, and to see where he is now, where he's actually like getting chances in great form. Again, fair play to Moyes for like changing. I think he's the Mateta of this year in terms of player that new managers come in. And the same player now that because I used to not think that he was Premier League worthy. I thought it's unfortunate. He might just not be Premier League. That's just what it is. But he's really turned it around, and he was giving Konate and Van Dijk problems. Should have got a goal, and it got to the point where, like I said, watching as an emotive fan who wanted Everton to win, like it got to the point where Everton was so wasteful that I'm just like, you're gonna lose now. It was one of those games where you can't be missing chances against Liverpool. Like for you to even be doing this is good, but you have to put this away. You have to at least make it a 1-2-0 for Liverpool to have to now come and try fight back. That's when I can believe that you're taking these points. But yes, I think they were wasteful. I think Liverpool were clinical, and it's probably fair in the balance of because that tackle should have been a red. So maybe there's also karma. That overall Liverpool got the win because it should have been down to 10 men anyway because it was a terrible tackle. So fair play to Liverpool, man. Champions performance. They did what they needed to do, and again, like I said, if they had lost that now, I'm thinking, let's see Fulham. Can you do? But it's done. Like they're walking to the league now. So fair play.
Yeah, man. And obviously, Liverpool, they've got your recent opponents on the weekend, Fulham, at Craven Cottage. And bro, what are you thinking on this one? I think I went first with the last prediction, so I'm gonna let you go first on this prediction.
Calm. Yeah, like I think I actually rate Fulham. I feel like the Arsenal game, I think we nullified them, but they're definitely a better team than what and towards the end too, they were very dangerous. I feel like this is the kind of game where if Liverpool had drop points against Everton, I think that's when I think Fulham have enough to also make them have to come and be serious. Because like you said, as much as that they championed, they bounced back from their recent wins. I also don't think it was like a great performance where it's like it shows that these men have come back from the international break and we're now just going to batter teams to just secure it. It was also like a performance where they gave Everton too much opportunity to swing the match. So I feel like if it was that Liverpool that came to this game, I'll have a bit more. But I think the fact that they've won, I think now the confidence is going to start building again, and I expect them to deal with Fulham. So I think it won't be like very comfortable, but I think I expect them to win it. I think it's my overall take. I think they just continue to win.
Aye, bro. So what are you telling me for scores?
Yeah, I think I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool.
I had the same thing. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool as well. Yeah, I think it's one of them games. But yeah, bro. Obviously, the most recent match was a Chelsea versus Tottenham. And man, I'm going to start off here, bro, because Chelsea versus Spurs, like I'm expecting, entertainment. I'm expecting a great match. I'm looking at even a match earlier this season. They've got such a reputation, Battle of the Bridge. And we've spoken about like how this rivalry sometimes is a little bit underrated as regards to how intense it is. Like Chelsea and Spurs, they really don't like each other. And bro, it weren't a great game, man. Yeah, it weren't a great game. I think Chelsea deserved to win. I think Chelsea were the better team. I think it could have been more than one as well. Obviously, there was the Caicedo goal that got ruled out. And what was it like within the first few minutes?
The first
Jackson,
minute, off the
first
post.
minute, Jackson, off the post as well. So yeah, man, like I think overall, I don't think it was a great game. I think for Chelsea, from a Chelsea perspective, I think Palmer, that was a great ball for Enzo. And yeah, credit to Enzo as well, because he's been putting in performances and he was someone that was questioned a lot. So yeah, credit to him. It looks like Maresca's starting to get like better out of him. But yeah, I think Jackson coming back, Palmer returning, obviously Madueke came off the bench. I think, yeah, that is a massive boost for Chelsea. I think specifically for Palmer as well. I think Jackson coming back, they've got a good understanding, a good connection. So yeah, I think all of those things should help Parma. And yeah, obviously they're aiming for those Champions League spaces. So yeah, I think Caicedo again, even outside of the goal, like apart from the goal, very good performance.
He's serious, man.
Yeah,
he's
like
serious,
he's
man. Like I said, bro, I don't care if you bring him straight from Ecuador. Hey, man, go do your scouting. Get your scouting book open, bro. Don't be trying to just get the brother that cost 60 million over there. Go get me a diamond from Ecuador. I'll take it.
I remember, but you know what it is as well, and I said this, I think you've also got to give credit to teams like Brighton who are able to develop these players, because I remember Manchester United were linked with Caicedo when Brighton got Caicedo. Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he turns out like this.
I don't think he does.
United.
I don't think he does.
Bro. Like,
I mean, so man, he comes in. You guys give him 300,000, and then he's like, "Hey, man, man. The rest of the man them are chilling. How am I gonna be running around? When the rest of the man them are chilling, man, listen, you would have fed his whole family. You would have been good. That's what would have happened.
I think, yeah, I've got to give credit to Brighton for developing players, but yeah, he's been great at Chelsea this season. Yeah, man, like I think as regards to Chelsea, I think the same problems are still there. I think you look at the goalkeeper and you're like, yeah, even that goal that did get disallowed, which again, and I'm gonna speak about Ange in a sec, but man, the goal that did get disallowed, man. Bro, Sanchez, I don't know what he's doing.
Bro, he's another lucky man.
He's doing.
He have like we need to do a segment of the luckiest guy of the week or the luckiest person of the week, bro. Because Van Dijk is very lucky, and he's also very, very lucky. Because that was terrible. Maybe not to keep that out. Man. I said, yeah, man. Yeah, real bad. It was poor.
But yeah, from a Spurs perspective, I think, yeah, man, like it just wasn't a good performance. I think, yeah, like just creatively, like, and just even they just weren't able to impose themselves on the game overall. Like I think Chelsea were able to control it quite well, and yeah, man, like I remember obviously there was the chance at the end, was it Son when he was sliding onto it, but yeah, man, I think overall not a great performance as regards to, and yeah, let me speak about Ange. Like, yeah, let me just, and then I'll give you the mic, bro. But
say no more.
Yeah, as regards to the goal, firstly, you know what, Ange, wait there. The refs, I don't know what was taking so long, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Because with me, bro, I looked at the replay, I said foul. I said foul, bro.
You know, even me too. They were even doing the whole thing when they paused it on the ankle breaking. I said, no, give me another angle. Don't give me the screenshot. Let me see videos. Let me see another angle.
Yeah, bro.
Another angle I see. It's very simple.
You see the video, you see the foul, bro. You see the foul, bro. So when they're repeating it and they're going over it, I said, bro, it's a clear foul. Like, do you get me? It's a clear foul, bro. Rule the goal out. It's very simple.
He was nervous.
So, yeah, like I don't know why that took that long. Like, do you get me? And I think from VAR perspective, and I think Ange did mention obviously the time that it takes and etc. And yeah, like I think he is right as regards to that did take way too long. And yeah, even the Premier League, what semi-automated offsides, which I thought
that thing is a Ponzi. It's a Ponzi scheme.
Now it's coming in a few weeks.
Hey, man,
when
they keep pushing it back
to come,
hey,
bro. Why are you introducing it?
Man, we're never getting paid
right at the end of the season, like bro. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Ange, I'm not gonna lie, bro. He just looks like, bro. I've seen this with Manchester United managers where it just looks like they're just always picking battles and like everything is so edgy. Like all their responses are edgy. Like, do you get me? Like you just seem so off it Like, honestly, like, and I think again, like, it just looks like currently, obviously, we know Spurs, they're not in a great place, but it just looks like him himself. It just doesn't look like he's. And again, I'm not one to tell him whether he's enjoying his job or not, but it just doesn't look like he's enjoying being manager of Spurs at the moment. Like, when you hear his responses, when you see how he's talking, like, do you get me? It looks a mess. It looks a mess, honestly. It looks an absolute mess. And I think, yeah, obviously Spurs, they've got a really hard tie against Frankfurt. That's really big for them, like similar to us as regards to their season. Their Premier League season has been very underwhelming. And yeah, that's going to be really big for them. But I think just generally speaking, as regards to Ange, yeah, man, I want to hear what Spurs fans think. I want to know how they're feeling towards Ange and whether they want him to continue. But just from the outside looking in, it doesn't look great at all, man. Like, it doesn't look great at all. But yeah, bro, what are you telling me?
Yeah, you know, I was gonna do Ange last, but yeah, I'll just continue from there. Then I'll go to the game afterwards. But I think, yeah, literally what you said, like, it just looks at I think you said it last stream. The vibes just look horrible. Like, this same guy that was nice with the bow tie, that was the flavor of the month, manager of the month. So they were loving him. He was bantering with the behind the scenes. Like, it just looked so positive and so happy. And now when you see the interviews, bro, it was so awkward. Like, I think I really don't like when managers do this thing as well, where the guy's asking questions. And of course, he's asking maybe a question you don't want to talk about right now, but he's trying to sell. He's asking the question that everyone else at home wants to know. And it was a fair question. I think it looked like the fans were singing, "No, you don't know what you're doing" or something. Then he cops his air when they score. And then the guy asked him, like, "So what's, like, were they booing you?" And he's like, "What?" They tried to do the what? I was just like, bro, like, his energy to the guy too was so condescending. Like, he gives me like Boomer vibes of like VAR. The VAR decision took way too long, and yeah, they were trolling. But the fact that he tried to make it purely focus on the time and not that it was just clearly a foul as well.
It was a foul.
Like, it was,
it was a foul.
It was crazy.
It took way too long, but it was the right decision.
But again, it's a politician's answer where you don't answer the question, you answer the one that it took too long. Distracting techniques. So, and I think it's just especially rich from him as well. Last thing on Ange is, like, when he came into, he was referees have a tough job, but like, let's be nice to them. Let's not. And then now that things are going badly, his energy is just completely different. So yeah, man, and I feel like to take it to the pitch, I feel like that's what it also looks like on a pitch as well. That's why, like watching the match, it got to the point where with Chelsea, where it was like Chelsea deserved to win, and I completely agree. Like, yeah, it was nice to see Palmer back, Jackson, but going into the game too, well, I'll get to Chelsea after. Like, Spurs, it was getting to the point where Spurs were playing so poorly that it was like, Chelsea, if you drop points in this game, this is very embarrassing for you guys not to win this game at this point, because they look like they're just asking you to beat them. Like, from the first minute, there's clumsiness defending. Jackson goes through, hits the post. I'm seeing Chelsea have chance after chance to kill the game. They're not taking it either. And then, so it was just like, I think the quality of football was just like, I was watching it thinking, yeah, this is a team that, like, has no confidence right now. Like, these men are trying to play. Like, you got to the point where Chelsea were just letting them play out the back and then pressing them and getting the ball back. Like, I can't inject it, man. You wanted to be the referee's friend, bro. Like, you remember when he said it? Like, I'm not even just saying I know. He literally said it, so I'll like use his words against him. And then now his vibes are just completely bad. So yeah, and I think it looks like that on the pitch. It just looks like the players aren't playing with any like excitement. The one thing we always say with Spurs is that they'll give you a good game, you'll be entertained. But I was watching it thinking, this is just low quality football. Like, I'm not even trying to say as like, Arsenal. It was just watching the match thinking this quality of football in this game is not great. Me and my little brother were watching it, and we were just like, what are we watching? It first started off exciting in terms of Chelsea looked like they were gonna go and just like destroy Spurs, and then it got to the point where I was like, Spurs have been so bad that I'll even take Spurs equalizing just for Chelsea to drop points this game, because you guys have been so unserious too. To even after the way they dominated, even the Saka goal, at that point I said, you guys deserve it. I don't know how you've allowed Spurs now to get into the game. Like, it was just so bad from their perspective as well, but overall, they deserved it. And I think final point on Spurs was, I think the most telling thing with Spurs and with the team was that there was 12 minutes of added time, bro. And these men were still just there passing the ball behind at the back between them, not creating any chances. I said, this is just... Yes, I don't know what to say. I think I saw something. Apparently, Ange has their worst loss percentage in Spurs' history. And if that is true, which I was a stat that I think I've seen it a couple of times now, like that is true, that's crazy. So it's the balance of
I think this
the
season they've
club.
lost. I think they've lost
Yeah,
15.
I think it's 16 or 17, 16 or
Is it
17, I
16 or
think.
17 in the
Yeah, I
league?
think it's 16 or 17 in the league.
I'm having a quick check now.
Yeah, check it quickly. I'm pretty sure. I think it was
16.
I don't know if it's 17 after
16.
it's 16, yeah.
16.
So 16 losses. So yeah, man. Again, it's a balance of the. It's like I always hear the owners, the stuff, but it's a manager too. Where it's like, at what point are you also should you be doing much better? Like they have a lot of their players back now that were injured, and it still just doesn't look exciting or fun at all. Everyone just Madison dropping deep. It just you're watching football. I'm just like, oh, this is just not entertaining to watch. So let's see what they can do. Maybe it's the Premier League is dead, so we have nothing to play for. So now the Europa League, they rise now because that's the competition they can actually do something in. I think for their fans, that's what they're gonna hope. Because if this is just like the quality that the team is playing at right now, they have no hope against Frankfurt. So like I think it was just from their point of view, I think it wasn't good, man. And yeah, fair play to Chelsea, they got the win. Palmer, very good assist. It's nice to see that. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it was decent. I still feel like Chelsea should have made the game more comfortable. Sancho, that's the last person I have to speak about, bro.
Yeah.
Sancho, bro. This is why when you were even saying about what's it called with Garnacho, on what was the word that you used in terms of impact or like decisiveness? This was what we did not see in this game from Sancho, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, like you know when I think football gets embarrassing, yeah, where I see you do the same thing and the guy is locking you down the same way and you keep doing the same thing. I said, this is even embarrassing now. Like what thing did to him, my brain, right, Spurs was playing right back. Remember the name, please, bro. My brain's got Spence. What Spence did to Spence, the way he locked him up, and every time he tried to cut in and do the same move, he was getting locked down. I said, this has been a poor performance by you, man. It was a very, very, very bad performance by him.
You know what it was with Sancho as well, though, and again, lack of decisiveness. Because again, there was even times where it's like openings, like they came for him, like things open up, and again, it's just not knowing like just what to do, like, and not being able to pull it off quickly. And I think, yeah, man, I think that because I think that element of his game, I know a lot of people have spoken about, like, obviously, Sancho, he's not the type of player that is just going to dribble past your whole team. He's a player that likes to combine with other players. Like, he likes combination player, like combination play, give and goal, technical player, etc. And I think it might partially also be a confidence thing as well. But yeah, I think when you're looking at it and you're watching the game, you're just looking at someone where it was just like, yeah, man, like, again, your actions aren't decisive. Like, they're not decisive. Like, you've got, and he was seeing so much of the ball.
I think that's what makes it worse,
That's what was highlighting it. That's what was highlighting it, because he was seeing so much of the ball. So, and yeah, man, like, he wasn't. And yeah, obviously, like this comment points out, yeah, there was the save, the shot.
Hey man, listen, you're gonna call me a hater. I think it was more a great save by Vicario. I felt like he shouldn't be giving him the chance to make that save. There was a good enough opening. Like, it was a great save, but I feel like he also is part of the lack of confidence and not being decisive that Vicario even had a chance to make that save. But yeah, no, it was a really bad performance by him. So yeah, I think Chelsea wise, wingers, what they're gonna do in that position, they definitely need to figure something out there, man. Like, and I think Maresca came on as well. Yeah,
I think Maresca even said it regarding Sancho, where it's just like, he needs to shoot. Like, he needs to shoot more. Like, do you get me?
But that's the thing. I feel like it's never like he doesn't want to shoot. It looked like when it's like there's an opening and the opening closes. That's what it was more giving me than like he doesn't want to shoot.
Like, but I think that's the thing, though. Like, again, it's the lack of decisiveness. Like, do you get me? It's like when you're in certain situations, again, you're like, we're talking about the Premier League, and regardless of whether you think it's the best league in the world or not, one thing that we do know is that it's fast paced. Like, you don't get a lot of time on the ball, and you've got to be able to make decisions very quickly. Like, a lot of the time, before the ball's even arrived, before you've made your touch, you need to know what you're going to do. Like, do you get me? In the final third, that's what the best players are able to do. Whereas, like, all right, cool, bang. Like, do you get me? I remember, again, like, we know Bruno, he gets criticized a lot, but I think one thing that I do like about Bruno, again, like, especially when he's in the flow of things, is that he will know what he wants to do. Like, do you get me? Like, I remember in the FA Cup final, was it last year? Yeah, last year when we beat City. I remember for his assist against Kobe, if you watch it, bro, he scanned a couple times. Like, so when he now plays like the disguised pass to Kobe, like he's already scanned it. Like he already knew what he wanted to do prior. And then yeah, if you want to take it to a completely different level, if you want to talk about like all-time ballers, when you're talking about like your Xavis and your Iniestas, if you look at their spatial awareness, if you look at someone like a Busquets, bro, and you look at his spatial awareness, bro, fam, his head is on a pivot. His head is literally on a pivot. He's an owl. He's literally an owl, bro. He sees everything. He sees everything. He can see the angles. He can see everything that's going on. And when you're in that attacking third, you need to know what's happening. You need to be decisive. You need to be able to operate quickly, bro. Like, by the time you've said, "Oh, I don't know what to do," chance is gone. Chance is gone. It's gone. It would have came and went, bro. Like that's what you're talking about. And when you're looking at players who have been able to make an impact in the final third, like, do you get me? There are players again who like they're able to make their decisions quickly, because there's two different stages to it. There's those players who where Sancho's problem, like whereas like you can't make your decisions quickly enough, which is one part of a problem. And then there's some players where they can make the decisions quickly enough, but then the decisions are bad. Like, do you get me? So it's like, it's not that you can't make your mind up quickly. It's just that you're also making the wrong decisions, which I think Sancho does sometimes as well. So it's just like, I think it's one of them ones where it's like, yeah, man, like I think overall, those are the things within his game that he's definitely got to improve on, because I think you can see that, yeah, like he's struggling. Like he's really, really struggling. And bro, this is a player that, again, we saw what he done at Dortmund. Even when he went back on loan to Dortmund, like, do you get me? Like, we know he has quality. And honestly speaking, like, because I know the United fans and the Chelsea fans, they have a lot of banter. But with me, bro, like I've seen Sancho, like I've watched Sancho for a long time. Like, do you get me? I remember him back when he was at City's academy, etc. And I like seeing young players thriving. And I think it's even sad how a lot of the discourse has developed regarding Sancho. Like when you're hearing stuff like Chelsea, they're considering paying 5 mil to not have to pay the 25 mil release clause, bro. Like this is a player that's got a lot of quality, man. Like he should not be discussed about like this. Like someone that's got a lot of potential. Honestly, like he's got a lot of potential, man. So it's sad. It's sad. Yeah. Like I hope he can step it up, honestly.
Because, I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like with me, I feel like the again, it's tough in hindsight, because but I think it was the United move as well. I think that was just the wrong move in that position. Like I feel like it's another example of a player. I was speaking to my little brother about this. And in terms of, you also have to look at how you play football and the team that you're going to. Like how well does the way you want to play football mesh with the team that you're going to, and does that make sense? And I feel like it wasn't really a good mix. And then again, now we have confidence, and now like it's just it spirals downwards from here. Like it's like cars. But let's see what he can do. Like you said, we'll see what he can do in his career. The last question I had for you in this though is what's your Sancho versus Rashford? Who do you think is a better footballer in your opinion?
I think from like, again, if we, I'm not sorry, I might be longing out the question a little bit. So it's like, I think Sancho, technically, I really like him. Like when you look at his Dortmund days and like you see what he's able to do, like again, like he's a player that I think he's technically gifted. He likes to combine with players, etc. I think Rashford is a different type of player. Like Rashford at his pomp, when we were looking at him when he was younger, that again, he's a player that's really skilled. Like, do you get me? Like, as regards to like, he's gonna give a flip flap, he's gonna give a step over, but it's like, it's the directness. Like, do you get me? It's like, I know defenders, they're not trying to play against Rashford when, do you get me, a man can cut in and boom. Like, do you get me? And I think when he got that, when there was that season where he got the 30 goals at United, the Ten Hag's first season, where he came back from the World Cup and then was going crazy. Again, like you were looking at a player there where one, like a lot of the time he liked to be on the last the shoulder of the last defender, make the run. Like I remember him even scoring goals early in that season against you guys I remember Bruno playing the ball through at Old Trafford. That's the 22-23 season where, Arsenal were playing really good football. And I think United, Arsenal kind of played into our hands because, again, us on the transition, like them times, Bruno, Rashford, boom. So it's like, I think Rashford's a player where it's like, again, when he's got his confidence, and they're both players I really like, do you get me? But I think, Rashford is a player that when he's got his confidence, he's extremely decisive. I think when you look at the difference between them as regards to their performances, I think obviously Sancho needs to show it in the Prem. Like, do you get me? Because currently, like, again, it's not all his fault as well. We know, again, you mentioned, was it the right move to go to Manchester United if you were going to move to the Prem? Obviously, he's currently at Chelsea, but he's not really shown it in the Prem. Whereas obviously Rashford has, like, it's not been as consistent as we would have wanted, but he's shown it. So I think is one of them ones. And also age gap. Like, I think people forget there's an age gap between them. Like, Sancho's like, how was Sancho? Like, what, 23?
Oh, I don't know how that guy is.
I'm gonna search it quick. Sancho is... Oh, Sancho's 25. Okay, he's a little bit older than I thought. He just turned 25 in March. And I think Rashford...
You know the video that's crazy, though? Sorry, the way to continue is him and Saka when they're younger. And he's like, how many goals you got this season?
Yeah, I saw crazy. I saw that. But yeah, man. Like, so I think it's one of them ones where it's just like, Sancho needs to figure it out. Otherwise, it maybe start just to look like a thing where it's like, maybe this league just isn't suited to you. Like, so, like, I think it's one of them ones where, and again, we'll speak about Rashford at Villa, like, who, man, like, doing his thing. But, like, I think Sancho's got to prove to us otherwise as regards to, can he do it in the Prem? And so,
No, I hear that.
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like I agree with a lot of what you said. I feel like I think in terms of Sancho's a more technical player, definitely probably maybe better passing, better dribbling, better touching, stuff like that. But I feel like where it's not a competition is Rashford is very decisive when he's like you said, he's confident. He'll be clinical. He'll get you those goals. Whereas Sancho, it's always felt like his football is also depending on like if you put him next to maybe like-minded people, then maybe he can create something very, very nice from there. Which is why again I look at the Chelsea move that I think is also disappointed. Like I think you, Palmer, like I always like, if that's the kind of player that you guys should be bouncing off each other. You should have that kind of chemistry. The player that I thought that you were at Dortmund, but like you said, he just hasn't shown it, and it's definitely been a disappointment in terms of him in the Premier League. But so I think for me it's definitely Rashford. But I think it's like what you're asking. Technically, I think Sancho's a technically better footballer, but Rashford's a better footballer all round because of what he brings. But so I agree with a lot more, pretty much what you said.
And I think, when you're looking at the Sancho in like Dortmund, like you're seeing what he was doing, and you're like, bro, that fam. I think a lot of people are forgetting that Sancho, bro. Like this guy was on flames. Like he was on flames, bro. Like on flames, absolute flames. So man, we know he's a quality player, but so far in the Prem, like things just haven't fallen like how we maybe thought it would have fallen. And I think maybe wrong move to come to Manchester United. Like, and I think also as well, like, he's got to step up. But bro. Moving on to predictions. Obviously, Chelsea, they are playing Brentford on the weekend. You went first with the last one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'll go first with this. And I am going to say, Brentford at home in Bremo with a 2-step. Damn. This is tough.
We don't think Palmer and Jackson. They're back.
No, that's what I'm thinking. That's right, but bro, I gotta give respect to Mbeumo and Wissa, bro. That 2-step.
No, I hear it. I hear it.
Man step is lethal, bro. Honestly. Norgard as well. Yeesh. Brentford. I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea. I'm gonna go 2-1
Chelsea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the reason why I was trying to, I don't want you to think too much, man. I don't want you to consider that two-step too much longer, because yeah, I believe in that two-step, which is why I'm going 2-2. Like, I feel like it's definitely gonna be a tight game. Chelsea are gonna, especially Sanchez. Sanchez always gives you something. He always says, "Hey, man, have a crack. That's like, try me. I might give you something." So yeah, so I think it'll be a tight game. So I'm actually gonna go 2-2. Yeah, that's my prediction for that one.
No, I think that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. And yeah, bro, moving on to a few more predictions. Obviously, we spoke about Villa briefly. Yeah, man, got to give credit to Rashford, because I think when the move initially got announced, I think we both said that it's a good move. And yeah, man, like the goals have started to come in as well, because I think he'd got a lot of assists, and it seemed like him and Asensio, they developed like this really good connection between each other. But yeah, man, like I think obviously with the 2 goals in the cup, we're looking at a semi-final for Villa. He's back at Wembley. Like, do you get me? So, and then quarterfinals of the champs as well against PSG. And then they're right in this race for Champions League football as well. Again, because yeah, I thought that Brighton Villa game would probably be a draw. And yeah, man, 3-0, that's a great result for Villa. So yeah, man, I think when you look at it's interesting, because you know a lot of people always speak about January and you say, oh man, you know what, we don't want to bother with that window, etc. Like, get everything done in the summer, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, I think Villa's moves in January, bro, they've been great. Like, literally, I think obviously Duran, we gave him a lot of praise earlier in the season. They cashed in, got the money for him. They've brought in experience and more quality in that attacking third. Again, you've got Asensio there, Champions League winner, got a lot of experience, a lot of quality. Rashford, they've got him flying again. Marlon as well. Like, they've made additions. And yeah, like, I think for Villa to be, come on, you're going to call me a Villa fan. Do you get me?
Bro, be free, man.
But I think for Villa to be in the position they are in the table, where they're still in the mix for Champions League football, to be in the FA Cup semi-final and to be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and to be able to balance all of that, like, yeah, bro, I think that's super impressive. And hey, man, I know Arsenal fans, I know sometimes you lot have got some resentment towards Mr. Good Evening, but bro, I'm gonna give him his credit. Unai Emery, yeah, man, what a job he's doing, honestly, because yeah, I think there's been times this season where you're looking at Villa and you're thinking, oh, like, are they falling off a little bit? But nah, he's been able to regroup. And yeah, like, to be able to be, again, in that hunt for Champions League football, get Villa to a FA Cup semi-final, and to also be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League at the same time, yeah, he deserves massive, massive credit for everything that he's done in that club. And yeah, like, he's got them doing very, very well, man. And so yeah, I've got to give a big shout out to Villa. And I think this fixture on the weekend is interesting, because again, we were praising Forest and they've been absolutely brilliant. And what Nuno's done for Forest has been brilliant. And they're third in the Premier League and they're in the FA Cup semi-final. So yeah, man, like, you've got again, Arsenal, Unai, Nuno, Tottenham, North London said they didn't want them. But hey, man, the Midlands, they said we've got other ideas. Do you get me? The Midlands had other ideas. So yeah, man, like, both managers flying, to be fair. And yeah, man, like, I think this game, tight one to call, bro. So I'm gonna let you go first, since I went first in the last one. So yeah,
damn. Yeah, no, I think you previewed the match very, very well. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. It's hard to call. Villa, yeah, I think very quick words on Rashford, because yeah, like, I think, like you said, when he did make that move, I remember when there was like some reports, I think a couple of days before, that, oh, he's waiting for Barcelona. If the Barcelona doesn't come in, he's not gonna leave United. I said, that's true. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. That's true. But I was happy to see that, yeah, when Villa came in, like, he also decided to make that move, because it just made sense. Like I was just saying with Sancho, the way you want to play, how does the team play? Rashford going to Villa, it makes complete sense. Like, him on that shoulder, with the way he loves it, the way Villa transition on teams, Rodgers, like, they have a good team as well. this is the issue. Sometimes you come down to a level of that, like the average level of your squad. And clearly he's rising.
They're better than us.
Level. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, simple. Like he's risen to like the standard
simple.
of Villa's team. Because like you said too, man, they are doing very, very well. You don't get to understand these stages of these competitions by accident and still be competing for the top 4. Villa fans must be loving it right now because they're in a really great position right now in all these competitions. Who knows where the season's gonna end up for them? So yeah, therefore have to give them their credit. And then Forest, bro, listen. I told you, I was looking at the table. I see third. I see like 6 points close of Chelsea and C. I said, these are comfortable. It's not even like they're not, bro. Like these man need them to come back to the top 4 race. They look like they're gonna get it. That's what it's looking like right now. So fair play to them. They're also having a really good season. Like their defense as well. I think we spoke about it. Like we didn't highlight it when we were speaking, but like you said, like I mean, you said the clean sheets, but you like Sells, Murillo, and something like these Milenkovic. Like these guys have been amazing. So Villa are not gonna also find it easy. Like I think from a tactical, like looking at this game tactically as well, like Villa are not gonna find it easy because they're not gonna also, if they're smart, gonna come and now say Villa, catch us on the break. This is what we're trying to do. And so it's a battle of who's gonna catch you on the break for real. So I feel like that said, it's gonna definitely be a tight game. But I think for me, because Villa are home, I think I just have them edging it just a little bit. Just because again, I feel like they have that quality, like you said, with Asensio or Rashford right now, Rodgers. Like they have enough players there that Forest are gonna have to really lock in to keep them out. And I feel like, I'm gonna go 2-1 Villa in this game as my prediction. But yeah, what do you think?
I'm gonna go the same. Like literally, I think because Villa are at home, I'm gonna say they're gonna edge it. I think obviously they've got the Champions League game midweek, but I just think Emery, like even with if you see how he's been rotating as well, like Watkins hasn't started the last couple of matches, like he's been shifting things. Rashford has played through the middle. Like I think, man, like he's doing his best to try and keep certain players fresh. And like I think Emery as well, like he's shown that he's capable of like managing things like on different fronts. Like I think he's not approaching the season like, hey man, win the cups, forget the league. Like, do you get me? Like, hey man, like he's saying, you know what, like we've got enough quality where we can still be competitive in the league. We can go try win the FA Cup, and don't take us lightly in the Champions League either, because
you know what's so funny about what you just said as well? This was if we go back to the start of the season, this was everyone's prediction. That's Villa with all these competitions, they're gonna struggle. And like you said, now like, Emery, he's done a very, very good job of spreading them out the right way. And so
bro, fam. Again, when you speak about the fans as well, like we spoke about like the Newcastle fans and obviously them ending the trophy drought, bro. Villa, it's not that long ago these lot were in the Championship. Like, do you get me? Like, so like what has happened has been crazy. And like if you look at where Gerrard was with this Villa team and how they've progressed, crazy. I think, did you see that there was that tweet of like McGinn, I think years ago, like he tweeted like something like, I think it was like, like I love Asensio, like do you get me? Or like Asensio, like love hearts or something like that. I think he replied, it was from like 2017. Then he replied to the tweet, like, and it was just like, right, this is a bit weird. Like, do you get me? Like all these years later, like, do you get me? You're playing with him, and man, you can see how far Villa have come. But again, Forest, they've been brilliant. But I'm gonna say Villa edge it. Quickly moving on, bro. We have got Palace Brighton. I forgot what did they call it? This is a derby, bro.
Yeah, no, I heard you're the one who told me about it.
Yeah, bro, they hate each other.
A random derby, I remember. I was so confused. I said, why?
They hate. What's the M23 derby? I think. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
M23 derby. That's what people call it. Yeah, the M23 derby. But bro, no, it's real, bro. Like it's real. You know what? As well, I want again. Like if there's any Palace or Brighton fans that can like help explain to us as to why you guys, because I've done my research and I've obviously seen things, but it would be nice to just get a perspective from a Palace or a Brighton fan to see like, why do you guys hate each other so much, or how much animosity is there really there? Like, yeah, it would be I'm curious to see, like, from a Palace Brighton perspective, because I think it's a rivalry that is not really spoken about a lot. So yeah, but yeah, bro. I'll quickly preview this game. Midweek, Palace were facing Southampton. I was expecting light work. Bro, I see 1-1. I said, well, what happened there?
Yeah.
I said, and I see it was even a late equalizer. I said, well, what happened
it's
there?
Crazy, man. We'll get to FPL later. It's crazy.
Bro. I said, what happened there? But yeah, then obviously Brighton and Villa, I thought that was gonna be, a draw. And then I see 3-0 and I said, whoa. So yeah, man, going into this game is a funny one. Honestly speaking, is a funny one. So yeah, man. Okay. You made the last prediction?
I made the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna go Palace. I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace. I was very close to predicting a draw. I can't lie. But I'm gonna go 2-1 Palace. Yeah.
You see, I feel like there's a trend today where wherever you jump off, I decide to keep standing because I feel like for me, I'm thinking 1-1. Like you said, because of the form that both teams are in, the unpredictability of it, I feel like I can also definitely see a draw in this game because it just looks like both teams it's going to be a shock either way. So I think a 1-1 that's what's cooling me right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1 in that game.
Nah, that's fair, bro. And yeah, man, moving on to the next. This is the last prediction. And yeah, you can go first on this one. And West Ham Bournemouth, bro.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. You know what's so funny about this one? Yeah, again, like I was actually I haven't watched much of West Ham's games this season. I just haven't. That's my got me. I barely watched any of the matches. But I thought Graham Potter was gonna do better, or they'll be in a bad position at this stage in the season.
Yeah,
so I think when I just look at their form, I look at like I'm just like this clearly. I'm not watching and for good reason. Like it's just not looking great. So and then Bournemouth, they were flying, and then recently the last I don't know what's happened, last 7 games or something. Like he just flipped completely. Like and then now they have doubts. So it's just I feel like again I'm looking at this game and it's also just screaming 1-1. Like so I'm gonna go for 1-1 in this game. Like I feel like I think this week I don't know if you clocked it. I'm gonna be more comfortable with these draws, man. Because sometimes you want to sway to one side. I said, nah, man. I think 1-1. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
I hear you. And you know what? For this one, I think I'm gonna match it, man. I think I think this one's hard to call. I think with the Palace one and Brighton, I can easily see that being a draw as well. But since it's rivalry there, I said, you know what, I'm at edge Palace. But yeah, with this, I'm gonna say 1-1. I'm gonna say 1-1 with this one, man. So yeah, man, that concludes all of our predictions. Again, just for another reminder of what the table's looking like. I am currently 2 points ahead. So yeah, man, it's very, very close. So yeah, man, business end of the season, bro. Business end of the season. And hey, man, that's one half of it. Now it's time to talk some FPL, man. Do you get me? Shout out Unorthodox Change, his favorite segment. But yeah, just bear with me and let me share my screen.
FPL so funny this week, man. I was just looking out. I think everyone's team is, the Spider-Man meme. It was like that. Yeah. That's what everyone was doing. That's what everyone was doing in FPL this week, man. It's so funny. But yeah, let's talk about it.
So can you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
And yeah, man, I think you're very right. Because if I'm to go to my team quickly, I think obviously you can see there wild card was played. I thought it was time. I think we've got a lot of doubles coming up. And yeah, man, with just how my team was looking, I said, I think it's time to activate. And I think a lot of people had the same idea as me. Because man, like I was looking at the teams and I was just saying, oh, okay.
Hey, what's the difference? What the difference, man?
I said, that's a nice attack. I said, okay. I said, right, even I thought there would be maybe like more differentials as regards to some people going Eze, some people going Sar. I was surprised to see like the amount of people that also went Sar as well. I said, oh, okay, cool. Like I said, but yeah, man, there was a lot. But I think for me, with this week, I feel like it was all right. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I think it was a bit underwhelming. I think, like, yeah, the Palace assets, they did nothing. Like, and to be fair, I wasn't too mad about it because I think like a lot of people have got those three players in particular anyway, so it kind of just all cancels each other out. But yeah, they didn't do much. I think Salah captain, yeah, man, like he had quite a quiet game, which a lot of the time he can do that, and then he just pops up with a goal,
bro. He missed
like,
a
or
point blank
assist.
header. Like,
Yeah, like, do you get me? So, like, I was expecting him to bag, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, like, obviously, like, my captain blanked. He just got, obviously, the 1 point extra for the clean sheet. Yeah, man, Triple City. I went with Triple City, obviously, Vardio at the back, and then I brought in Savinho. And yeah, like, Savinho was an interesting one because I was thinking, should I, shouldn't I? Rotation risk, Pep roulette. I was thinking, I don't know. This guy, I know with Pep's teams, man, like you just see the starting lineup, you see my man benched. Like, do you get me? So I was thinking, I don't know. But yeah, this time it was Foden that got the bench. Do you get me? And yeah, Savinho got the start. So yeah, and he got the assist and he actually got 3 bonus points as well as Mamouche. So yeah, that turned out okay for me. Isak scored with the 2 bonus points, and then yeah, Mamouche, he got the goal and he got the 3 bonus points. And yeah, man, I think those who made the play to captain him, that was a good decision. Like yourself, because yeah, like again, he not a crazy haul, but enough to make a nice little difference. So yeah, man, like overall, not the greatest of weeks. Like obviously still beat the average, but yeah, like it's one of them ones where we move. And then if you look at my bench, Murphy got an assist, Konsa got a clean sheet, which I wasn't expecting, to be fair, against Brighton. So yeah, man, overall decent week, 52 points. Can't complain too much. And if I go back, we can now see Ace. And yeah, bro, do you want to talk us through your team?
Yeah, like you said, man. Like I was actually surprised. I actually thought more people were gonna wildcard next week because of the whole fixture, the double game weeks should be confirmed, and I would know a bit more. Like Saka was a risk, is even gonna start. So I felt like those kind of maybe thoughts would have maybe pushed more people next week. I think I wildcarded this week just because I get a future week, I guess, strategies in terms of how I'm planning to use my other chips. So I also had to be smart of if I wanna, let's say I start my system, for example. If I use that now, that impacts other chips. So I felt like that's why I probably even went a week earlier than I wanted to. But looking at the result, I'm probably also happy that I did, because I feel like you said, it was underwhelming in terms of like obviously when you wildcard, you're looking at the initial game weeks and you're picking players you think you're gonna get big holes. That's why you wildcard. So I feel like from that perspective, I expected more from the players I had in my team based on like their positions, the form, all of that being said. So yeah, definitely disappointing to not get more points. But I also think it would have been a lot worse if I didn't wildcard. It seemed like one of those weird game weeks where unless you had like certain weird differentials, it probably wasn't going to be a great week anyway, kind of thing. So we'll kind of see if overall like the wildcard, it makes more sense like as the next kind of game weeks and the average. I mean, I guess we get the average of like the plays that we've all kind of decided to bring in. I think the main thing with my team was just I think it was just the disappointment of the bench as well. Like obviously like Murphy and Williams, like they end up getting more points than I guess of different choices I could have made in terms of my actual 11. So I was disappointed from that perspective. I feel like there was some players too, like the Saar one, where in like I remember this. I need to trust myself more too in terms of like my football opinion when I'm playing FPL as well. Because I feel like sometimes there's like differentials that maybe no one is really speaking about, but you kind of have an inkling. I think I need to back that a bit more. Because the player that I really was thinking was Elanga. And I was thinking, I don't know why I can feel this United game, the pressure, like how I could see him doing something in that game. And then I was disappointed that I didn't go for that. I think Rodgers was the other one that I was thinking, yeah, I probably should have kept him over Star. So I feel like there was definitely some mistakes or choices that I would have made slightly differently if I could go back. I'm definitely happy with the Mamouche captaincy. I knew it was a risk, but I said, yeah, man, because I'm trying to catch you, so I need to also make take some risks where I think it makes sense. And I feel like Everton was a big enough risk where I think they'll make it hard enough that he shouldn't just go and do something crazy. And I felt like there was more upside with Mamouche playing Leicester. And I was like, yeah, if you can get me off. I was even disappointed with him as well because I expected more captaining him with the opposition that they were playing as well, which is why I was saying earlier that I think City 2, the way they're playing. It's not steamrolling teams the way you'd expect them to based on who they're playing against. So yeah, I think that was disappointing. And then a very big disappointment was Mateta. I was like, yeah, I definitely expected more from him in that game as well. I think a lot of us did. So that was the one that really shocked me. I said, bruh, like, what's going on? This is not what I brought you in for. So, and then obviously the very disappointing one, football-wise and FPL-wise, is the Gabriel injury. So that one too, I was just like, oh yeah, now I have to start doing some thinking now, I guess transfer-wise and what the strategy is. So that's gonna introduce some new differentials. Like I said, I was looking around the FPL leagues. I said, boy, there's hardly any players are different in some people's teams. So hopefully in the next few game weeks, I guess that's gonna have to start changing a bit for differences to be made. But yeah, so all in all, it was an all right week. I definitely expected more, but hopefully, yeah, like the way I use my chips over the next few game weeks to make some differences for me is what I'm hoping for. But yeah.
How did you feel when you saw Saka was on the bench? Were you expecting that, and you thought, yeah, you know what, I'm going to take the risk, or were you a bit surprised and thought, oof?
You know, is my brain said he was going to start on the bench, but my heart said I'll test going to throw him in and show everyone that he is ready. So I feel like I was battling between those two, but I still risked it because, again, I mean, we always speak about this, the balance of FPL, where it's like there's always going to be some emotion as well when you play. And I was like, you know what, Saka, I can see him. He's back today. Let me put him in, take that risk. Because it was either him or Palmer. Palmer hasn't showed me enough recently for me to be like, yeah, definitely, I'm going to play Palmer. So I think there was a player in that price tag that I could decide on. I was like, I'll take the risk with Saka. I think that's really what it was.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
And yeah, fair play. Came off the bench and got some points. So hey,
yeah,
that's why he's my guy.
Yeah, no, I was able to do the job, man. Like, so yeah, fair play to those who went with Saka. And yeah, man, top of the league, we still got an orthodox change. We'll have a quick look at his team. 55 points. So yeah, like around a similar week. And yeah, I think again, very similar teams. I think, yeah, big move there with Rodgers getting the 10 points. Yeah, that was nice. But yeah.
Major, I think we lost. Okay.
Go on, good?
I've got you back now. I think you froze for a second. Cool. Yeah, you're good now.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, like I think Rodgers, that was a big move there. But yeah, very similar. Like, so I think currently where most people are at is that, again, like we're in the running. Like it's the running. And I think people are now trying to strategize. I think people have got their chips left. Did you say you've got your assistant manager left? What else do you have left?
Bench boost, free hit. Yeah, I think those are the free. Yeah.
So I've got my triple captain, bench boost, and free hit as well. So yeah, I think I'm in a similar place where I'm trying to strategize and think about, okay, you know what, when do I want to play this? When do I want to play that? Because yeah, obviously the swings. And yeah, with the assistant manager as well, because of that table differential thing, if you can get it right and get some results, then all of a sudden things can move very quickly. So yeah, man, still a lot to play for. But yeah, to whoever's not in the league, see, I didn't time this well. To whoever's not in the league, you should see the code running across right about now. That's about, there we go.
That was very smooth, bro. Very smooth.
Hey, man. So yeah. But yeah, man. And yeah, what another weekend like of FPL as well. So straight back to it. So yeah, I need to make some decisions tonight and get my team ready for tomorrow, because I think it's early. It's an early deadline because Arsenal got the early kickoff, bro. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, I think, yeah, as always, I want to say thank you to everyone who is tuned in, whether that's been for 30 seconds, 1 minute, half an hour, or the whole stream. And yeah, man, thank you to everyone as well who has liked any of our videos, shared and subscribed, and just generally has supported. Obviously, everyone engaging in the comments as well. We really appreciate it. And yeah, man, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Ace, were you telling me you got any last words before you end the stream?
No, I exactly the same, man. Appreciate everyone who does tune in, gives us feedback, likes the videos, and yeah, no, hopefully, Chai. Okay, yeah, I am. Yeah, but what's it called? Yes,
you're
yeah,
good, bro.
definitely.
Hey,
Okay,
the
cool. Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
definitely. Yeah, I know. Hey, listen, it's a good thing. It's at the end of the stream. Like, yeah, held up for long enough. But what's it called? But yeah, no. So yeah, definitely appreciate it. Hopefully, this is just a start. Can kick on from here. I feel like we're definitely getting, like, definitely enjoying the stream. I feel like it's comfortable. Like we're getting into it now. So hopefully, yeah, we just keep kicking on from here. Keep making it better. And yeah, so appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Hope everyone has a good weekend. And yeah, man, we'll be back next week with another stream. But yeah, until then, hope everyone stays blessed.